Hundreds of enterprises were surveyed on their AI investments. The result, 60% are generating zero material value. Not low value, but zero. And only 5% are creating what they describe as substantial value at scale. So here's the question for us. What does this 5% know that the others don't about making AI effective in their businesses? The survey also revealed that majority of AI failures stem from missing context and broken processes, and not because of lack of talent or technology or choice of models. The real reason were missing data, fragmented workflows, and no one is owning it after the project at the project level. Most organizations treat AI as a productivity layer, something you bolt on top of existing workflows, make them a bit faster. That's why 60% generate no material value. You can't transform a broken process by automating it. Do you know what is the real shift? The one that this 5% have made. It is workflow redesign, rethinking who does what, at what stage, and why. Not incremental changes, but fundamentally reimagining your processes. So what will be the top 3 factors, what these 5% do differently? I believe these are top 3 factors. High performers are most likely to allocate more than 20% of their digital budget to AI. Not a pilot, not just a proof of concept, but a committed multi-year program with real resources behind it. Secondly, there's a fundamental difference between using AI to do something faster and using AI to do something entirely different. The leaders have redesigned their operating models around AI. Who has the final say on the decisions, what data to be used, how quickly they can act on it. And lastly, the C-suite ownership. Sponsorship means senior executives signs the budget, shows up at the launch event. No, the ownership means they are in the room when operating model has been redesigned, and they are accountable for the outcomes. It's not just the CTO or the transformation team. Remember, sponsorship gives you a green light. Ownership gives you results. Most of my career has been in banking and financial services technology. I believe that blind spots show up in 4 consistent ways. Revenue leakage in existing accounts, customers quietly reducing wallet share, shifting spend to competitors, and we don't know until it's too late. Customer churn signals buried in unstructured data. Think of call center logs, transcripts, support tickets. All these are early warning signs. But for a human, it's reading 1 million conversations a month. It's just not possible. And that's the opportunity with AI. Competition moving into your market 6 months before you notice. The signal exists in job postings, in patent filings, public partnerships, but difficult to track. And AI can aggregate them in real time. And lastly, optimization of internal capacity, which is sitting idle with you while you still keep hiring. Resources on bench, skills and talent going unused, and the teams that are not optimally utilized. This is not hypothetical. This is happening right now in our organizations. Most AI value is not in automation. It's in insight, the pattern recognition across millions of data points, anomaly detection, process flows, market signal aggregation from unstructured sources. And this is what the 5% understood early on. Let us look at one specific example from banking, because it illustrates the opportunity in a precise way. KYC, simple compliance, know your customer. It's a big compliance issue, as we all know. Global banks spend up to $500 million annually on KYC compliance alone. It requires manual reviews, identity verification, onboarding queues, It's slow, it's expensive, and constant source of customer friction. Do you think KYC could be a growth driver? Well, with AI, you may turn the compliance overhead into a growth driver. Get automated document verification in seconds, real-time risk scoring, minimizing false positives. Create an onboarding experience that takes minutes instead of days. But here's the insight that most people miss. This value is much beyond just cost reduction. Faster onboarding means excellent customer experience, and more customers activated means higher revenue growth faster. The AI does not just reduce the cost of compliance, it turns compliance into a growth lever. And the number of bears that out as well. A survey of 220 banks found that AI could deliver 29% uplift in profits over 3 years. That's a $255 billion opportunity across industry. Most organizations have run AI pilots, many have successful ones, and yet they are still in the 60% generating no material value. I believe that pilots or POCs fail for 3 consistent reasons. I'll list them now. A lot of times they are isolated from core business workflows and its challenges. The pilot lives in a sandbox, production lives somewhere else. Secondly, they lack the data infrastructure to run at scale. The POC worked perfectly fine, but it used a clean, curated data set. The production data is real, it is messy, it's siloed and inconsistent. And lastly, there's no operating model to support them. When the pilot ends, no one knows who owns it, who funds it, who maintains it. Interestingly, a successful POC can actually make problems worse because it creates false sense of confidence without a path to production. I believe that scaling AI requires 4 things working in parallel: a modern data foundation, a platform approach rather than isolated solutions, empowered cross-functional teams who own outcomes, not just outputs, and governance that is enabler, not a blocker. The analogy I use is the cloud adoption. The companies that weren't the first to experiment with cloud. They were the first to re-architect around it. AI is the same inflection point right now. How can we be future ready? The answer is AI native product design, not building products that then figuring it out where AI fits. Building products from ground up around AI capabilities, where the intelligence is at the core and just not bolted on. Experiences that are doing this, and it is creating enterprises at a structural, giving enterprises structural lead, not just operationally faster. So let me close with this. The companies that win are not the first to experiment, but they are the first to re-architect their organizations around what AI makes possible. And the question isn't whether to invest. The question is whether we are willing to do the harder work, to fundamentally redesign how we operate and how we run our businesses, not just automate what we already do. The 5% already answered that question. The rest are still running pilots. Don't be in the 60%.